Alright folks, we're back. I decided to buy some burgers from the Daily Deal. As you can see, decided to buy 4 packs. Pretty cheap, 20 bucks total. And once again, I'm going to be doing another case in Elite mode. And as you can see, I am still going to go with the Dalmatian on this one, just to keep myself above 36,000 energy. But, which one am I going to do? I'm going to do the Impossible Dream. This will only be my second case in Elite mode in the World Edition. Ranger Matthew, let's recap. We know that the Prometheans are planning to bomb several major monuments in Europe in a bid to sway the results of the referendum on European unification. And Jacqueline Proust says she knows where the bomb detonator is hidden. I'm not sure we can trust her given that she's admitted to joining the Prometheans, but she's our only lead since Klaus went up in flames. To complicate things further, thousands of tourists have flocked to Spain for the Semana Santa Holy Week Carnival. So Proust is laying low in the countryside. You'll meet her there. Stay safe, Matthew, and remember, the fate of Europe depends on you. Nice to see you, Matthew. Proust refused to give us an exact address where we could find her, but she said she'd meet us here. I haven't seen any sign of her yet, though. Perhaps you should take a look around those windmills. Uh-oh. Broken pieces. Sheep. Oh gosh. Pocket watch. Another clue, the scroll. Need some cards, I need some OJ. Oh my god, Matthew, there's a dead woman in that weird metal bowl, and it looks like she's been burnt to death. No, I'm fine, Matthew, I must have just eaten something dodgy. What? You think that woman is Jacqueline Proust? This just gets worse and worse. You're right, I need to pull myself together. The Prometheus must have realized she was going to lead us to the detonator and decided to make sure she stayed quiet. But what are we going to do now? Jacqueline was our only lead on where to find the detonator. The bombs they planned across Europe could go off at any minute. Oh, thank God you picked up some clues, Matthew. You grabbed some broken pieces? Anything is worth a shot. You also found a pocket watch. There's something written on it, but it's faded. Your testing kit? Already on it. You've picked up a scroll, too? Wait, this has a confession on it. It reads, I hereby declare I am a traitor, a liar, and a fool. I deserve my fate. And it's signed by Jacqueline. There's no way Jacqueline would have ever written something like this about herself. She must have done it under duress. And you're right, there's a red stain on the scroll. You better collect a sample, but be quick. There's no time to lose if the Prometheans know we're onto their plan. And we're going to pause right here so I can get some more stars. And I'm also going to charge my tablet up because it's down some power. So sit tight. Okay. Got me 7 stars. Armand Dupont. The message on the pocket watch you found at the crime scene reads, property of Armand Dupont, as in R. Dupont? But how could his pocket watch have ended up right where Jacqueline was murdered? Surely this isn't possible. He couldn't be involved in Jacqueline's murder, could he, Matthew? You're right. We have to go talk to Dupont. I know the guy bores me to tears, but I refuse to believe he's capable of betraying the Bureau. About his pocket watch being found there. Monsieur Archer, I do not have the patience for your wisecracks today. A dear friend of mine has just passed away. That friend wouldn't be Jacqueline Proust, would it? We found your pocket watch next to the body, Dupont. You have no empathy, Monsieur Archer. Please, a little compassion for a person in mourning. We don't have time for compassion. Come on, Dupont. How did your pocket watch end up on the crime scene? I gave Jacqueline the pocket watch. She must have dropped it when she was murdered. Why would you give your pocket watch to someone you hate? You were always saying what a terrible writer she was. It is true she was a terrible writer, my mon Dieu. I read everything she wrote. It was my guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure? Do you mean you and Jacqueline? Voyons, Archer. Jacqueline and I were pen friends, that's all. Well, after all those negative remarks you made about her, perhaps your friendship didn't end on a positive note. You need to leave the station, Dupont. We can't have you here while you're tied up in a murder investigation. Scroll now. There we are. Awesome. You collected a sample of that red substance on the scroll we picked up at the crime scene with Jacqueline's confession on it. Quick, let's send it to Lars. All right. Matthew, those broken pieces you found at the crime scene form a key ring, and I recognize that design. They're sold as souvenirs at Park Güell, a popular tourist site. You think the killer might have come from there? No time to dawdle then, Matthew. Let's go. Moment, folks. Okay. Didn't start the bonus crime scene. Cigar box. Red flag. Magic cube. Tell me you found some clues in Park Gwell, Matthew. A paperback book? Honestly, I'll take anything you can offer. We'll have to recover the faded info. And what's that? Oh, a cigar box. But what's this weird symbol? Oh my god, it's the Prometheus symbol, Matthew. Quick, what's inside? Check out all those rubies. We're rich, Matthew. Right. I'll grab the vacuum kit so you can collect a sample. I'm gonna get some stars, so sit tight. Okay, I got myself some more stars. I got up to 8. Let's examine the rubies. Got it. 14. You really are a natural with that vacuum, Matthew, though not quite as good as me. You reckon Elliot can trace the origin of the rubies we found in the cigar box? Well, he has been looking rather bored. Let's give him something to do. Okay, this is 18 hours. And let's get this faded book out of the way. Jacqueline's book. What's the title of that book we found at Park Gwell? The Princess and the Thief, huh? Sounds like some kind of trashy romance novel. A trashy romance novel written by our victim, right. That's quite a departure from our usual political mysteries. Now you mention it, the woman on the cover does look familiar. Wait a second. You're right, that woman, it's Princess Sophia of Girona. Didn't you meet her in Paris? Yeah, I know, that woman's ridiculously vain. There's no way she'd have agreed to this. We need to talk to Sophia. About the book of the victim wrote about her. Nice to see you, Ranger Matthew. Excuse the mess. I'm attending the carnival. It's funny, Your Highness. You look exactly like the woman on the cover of this book, The Princess and the Thief. Keep that monstrosity out of my sight. Can you imagine my shame when I discovered Jacqueline had created a character based on me for one of her romantic novels? I thought things couldn't get worse after Pretty Fair magazine called me a royal mess, but now my reputation is truly in tatters. That's why I'm having to take a break in the Spanish countryside. Well, you won't be featuring on any more book covers. We found Proust burnt to death. How atrocious. I might not have cared for her, but I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Alright, I'll let all 3 run their courses. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright, folks. We're back. Let's get the results of the red substance. So what have you got for us on that substance from the scroll we found at the crime scene, bro? Sangria, that's what I've got. What? We're trying to prevent the Prometheus from bombing Europe here, dude. We don't have time for drinks. No, sangria is the substance on the scroll. And as the wifey confirmed that the victim had no alcohol in her bloodstream, it must be the killer who spilt it. So we're looking for a sangria drinking killer. Their fiesta will soon be over with you on their trail, Matthew.
The new Kaiser entity, Maui Hospitals, will begin operations of the hospitals on July 1st.
He was arrested for
Rubies?
becoming violent after he was...
Did you manage to find out where those rubies in the cigar box came from, kid? A blindfolded 5-year-old could have done it. Everybody knows that this particular hue was only produced in a limited edition series by jeweler Larry Winston in 2003, and Sir Archibald Gilchrist bought most of the batch. That pompous old banker? I always thought he was hiding something, Matthew. You just can't trust bankers. Why on earth would Gilchrist have bought all these rubies, and why would he be keeping them in a cigar box that has a Promethean symbol on it? I agree, we need to go find him, stat.
CEO Mark Dunkerley says Hawaiian laid out a compelling case to the U.S. Department of Transportation.
About his rubies? Oh, for crying out loud, Ranger Matthew. Can't a fellow go to a carnival without you appearing? Gilchrist, we're here to ask you about these rubies we found at Park Güell. Are they yours? Oh, thank heavens. I've been looking everywhere for those. I lost them on my way to a client meeting. When you say client, do you mean Promethean? We found your Promethean cigar box. Fess up. No need to get shirty, boy. I've just been doing a bit of business with the Prometheans. I mean, I never actually met the chaps. They just require some funding, just a few rubies here and a few million euro there. All at a reasonable interest rate, of course. Nothing illegal about it, just a solid investment. Gilchrist, we suspect the Prometheans are involved in the murder of Jacqueline Proust and possibly half a dozen more, and murder is definitely illegal. Murder, you say? Look here, this is the third time you try to pin a murder on me, and I won't have it. Good day to you. And I'll go ahead and speed this up. Hello, Matthew. I know you're on the clock, so I'll get to the point. The cause of death itself is straightforward. Jacqueline Proust was tied up and burnt to death. What's interesting is the device that was used. According to my research, your murder weapon, the bronze bull, is an ancient Greek execution device. It's a particularly cruel execution method. A fire is lit under the bull and the metal heats up, roasting the person to death. And fun fact, the device's acoustic design transforms the victim's screams into the sound of a bellowing bull. That's brutal, yes, but there's a certain artistry to it. Anyway, I also found something interesting on the body. The victim was branded just before she was killed. Branded? Matthew, didn't Klaus brand Father Agnelli back in Italy? Those Prometheans really are obsessed with burning flesh. I looked it up and discovered that the symbol means traitor in Aramaic. It's a language spoken by only a few communities in West Asia. So you're telling us the killer speaks Aramaic? They might have a knack for languages, but let's see them talk their way out of this.
And no expensive ointment starts at $400 a session. Here's how doctors who use it explain it. First, you draw the blood. Next, a machine separates the platelets.
We're in deep trouble, Matthew. The bombs set all over Europe by the Prometheans could go off any second now, and Jacqueline was the only one who knew where to find the detonator. And we're no closer to finding her killer. We just know that the Prometheans must be behind the murder. As for Gilchrist, we know he was funding the Prometheans, but he claims not to have met them personally. Who knows what he might have done to ensure a return on his investment, though. And the fact DuPont's pocket watch was on the crime scene doesn't look good, but would he betray... Ranger Matthew, stop your investigation immediately or suffer the same fate as the traitor Proust. I speak on behalf of the Prometheans. We are everywhere. We will never stop. We will never give in. All of Europe will soon be under our control. Uh-oh.
Kind of stringy looking. But after just 2 treatments, Michelle says she got her thickness back.
It's probably the best thing I've ever done for myself.
Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Amazing what medicine can do. Could the Pro Bowl be headed to Orlando, Florida? The Orlando Sentinel reports the game could be back in Orlando as early as next year. Florida Citrus Sports confirmed a proposal that
5 new stickers.
to Florida for 3 years. With paper ads for the 2017 game, the NFL is reportedly seeking $2.5 million for the bid, which would be paid using various local funds. The Hawaii Tourism Authority says the NFL and HTA have until May 31st to opt out of a contract
All right.
at Aloha Stadium next year.
start Chapter 2 after this. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Chapter 2 of The Impossible Dream. We're in deep trouble, Matthew. The bombs set all over Europe by the Prometheans could go off any second now, and we're still no closer to find... Ranger Matthew, stop your investigation immediately or suffer the same fate as Traitor Proust. I speak on behalf of the Prometheans. We are everywhere. We will never stop. We will never give in. All of Europe will soon be under our control. Who are you? You're under arrest. Ignorant fools, you have been warned. Hey, stop! Matthew, they're headed towards the carnival hub at Plaza Mayor. I can't believe the Prometheans would threaten us like that. And you're right, it might even have been Jacqueline's killer. We need to follow them, now. Let's go to Plaza Mayor.
Take 35 to 55% Save 30% on sleepwear from Charter Club, Jenny and more. Take 40% off Johnny Raining fleece, totes, and more bag-in-bag styles. And save 40% on all Charter Club Baymax 500 drink-out sheet sets. During Macy's Friends and Family Sale, take an extra 25% off your favorite brands. Plus, get free shipping at Macy's.com.
You wouldn't waste money on
Alright.
a snowblower in Miami.
Let's see if I can find everything here. I have done all the crime scenes. I have gotten all the stars up to this point.
It's
a clue.
Is what we do.
Spring is here, and savings are popping up at Ashley Home Store Hawaii. Find new colors, and
Oil drum.
Shop now, find savings of up to 30% on selected items store-wide, or get 18 months financing. Find sofas.
Where the heck is the loudspeaker?
Collections only at Ashley Home Store Hawaii, and save up to 30% off selected items, or get 18 months financing. Ashley Home Store Hawaii. This is home.
There we are. Darn it, I can't see the Promethean anywhere. But check out this place, it's totally insane. Seems like we missed the carnival procession though. There's nobody here. Wait, what have you got there? This effigy looks just like the victim. And is that a bull holding her? Right, we know that Jacqueline was murdered in a bronze bull. This must be linked to the murder. Well spotted, there's blood on it. Whoever made this creepy effigy of the victim must have cut themselves. You better collect a sample ASAP. And you found a Spanish fan with JP on it? Right, those are Jacqueline Proust's initials. Let's swipe it for prints. And that oil drum looks like it's hot. You think that Promethean tried to burn evidence? There's not a second to lose. Let's search through it.
Since 7 strikeouts, Pablo dedicated his performance to his high school classmate.
I'm gonna get some stars first.
And try something.
Alright, I got myself 2 stars. I'll examine the victim's effigy. 2 stars in the last crime scene.
6 a.m. till 10 a.m. Open till midnight on Friday and Saturday, where you can always get a military
Okay. Nice. Good job, Matthew. You grabbed a sample of that blood on the victim's effigy you found at Plaza Mayor. We don't have time to wait hours for results. Let's put the blood under the microscope and see who it belongs to.
He leads the charge because he reports to you. ABC's World News Tonight with David Moore.
Never having a good night. You look at the paper right here. It's kind of blown out a bit.
All right.
It's actually a double rainbow here. That's one rainbow you can barely make out the other one there. But JP Hoover promises us there's a second one there.
Okay.
Or can you see, Robert? What? He can't see. We'll look at that later.
Okay.
Radar, and we've got a couple of light showers out there. Not a huge amount. We've got a couple, and one of the United States can see a shower or two. The United States as well. We had a little light rain kind of roll through earlier, but not a huge amount. Most locations relatively dry.
Got it. Oracle.
This rainfall as it lifts.
Come on, did you manage to identify the DNA in that blood you collected from the victim's effigy, Matthew? The blood belongs to Oracle Papadakis. Oh, right. That fake Oracle we met while investigating the finance minister's murder in Greece. But what on earth would the Oracle have been doing with an effigy of the victim?
That's what
You're right. Either she's involved in the Prometheans, or she's got a really nasty grudge against our victim. There's only one way to find out. I say we disguise ourselves as Prometheans and talk to the Oracle. We'll see how she reacts.
That's what we'll see for tomorrow. As 87 in Kapolei, as we head down towards Maui County. Kahului coming in at 85 degrees, high 79.
Ow.
And then finishing up on the Big Island, not looking too bad, but certainly it'll be warm, especially on the leeward side, 85.
Talk to her after impersonating a Promethean? It's time to use my disguise skills, Matthew. Let's don these Promethean outfits and see if we can trick the Oracle into giving us some information. See? We look exactly like the Prometheans. Let's go and interrogate the Oracle. So, it looks like that traitor Bruce finally got what she had coming to her. I'll drink a glass of sangria to that, my Promethean brother. Funny to think Bruce and I were friends once. You were friends with that traitor? Yes, we met at university. We were thick as thieves until Bruce stole my thesis to turn it into a novel, ruining my career. Now I'm just an unemployed scholar with a useless knowledge of Aramaic. So that's why you made that effigy of her. Haha, yes, quite a masterpiece that was. Wait, I'm sorry, who did you people say you were? Has the Promethean World Domination meeting been rescheduled for today? Oh, haven't you seen us around? We're new recruits. In fact, we'd better dash. We have an initiation ceremony to get to. Those Promethean disguises work like a charm, Matthew. So now we know for sure that the Oracle is involved in the Prometheans.
As well. Speaking of coral, the Amazon River, known for its array of wildlife from pink dolphins to flesh-eating piranhas, now we know it has a new treasure. Check that out. Scientists say a massive coral reef has been found and it stretches for some 600 miles.
And fighting to keep algae under control using sea urchins, more than 300,000 sea urchins were released into Kaneohe Bay. They're now on cleanup duty. The division
You've uncovered fingerprints on the victim's fan you found at Plaza Mayor, Matthew. Let's see if we can find a match of these fingerprints in the database.
has been cleaning Kaneohe Bay for decades. Sea urchins are considered well suited for the job since they have few predators and don't swim away, and these ones are homegrown.
We are using a native sea urchin. It's a native Hawaiian flood. This has been a very successful project. Reached out cleared over 2 years ago. We still see very little regrowth of the seaweed. As long as those urchins are on there maintaining those low levels.
Their main goal for 2016
There we are.
is to reach 500,000 urchins.
Sophia of Girona.
More than 95%
The fingerprints on the victim's fan are a match for Princess Sophia. How on earth did she get her hands on Bruce's fan? Come on, Matthew, there's no time to lose. Let's see what Sophia has to say for herself.
The Hyatt Regency Maui Resort hosted a free event with its 7 African black-footed penguins.
How she ended up with the victim's fan?
Feeding, penguin cookie decorating, and photos with their
Hello again, Ranger Matthew. Care to join me for a glass of sangria?
life turned down.
Cut to the chase, Sophia. How did you end up with Bruce's fan when you claimed to have hated her? Oh, how embarrassing. I thought I'd gotten rid of that.
They might put you in the black and white.
Well, I guess the cat is out of the bag. Jacqueline forgot her fan at a Promethean meeting. I liked it, so I swapped it. What? You're a Promethean?
Sponsored by Hawaiian.
Of course. Like I told Ranger Matthew before, I want to bring about change in Europe. I decided conventional politics were useless, so joining the Prometheans was the next best option. That wretch Jacqueline threatened to ruin everything when she started trying to muscle her way in. I knew she couldn't be trusted. Thank goodness the others finally caught on. Sophia, whether you killed Jacqueline or not, we're placing you in custody for your involvement in the Prometheans.
Get free internet for 2 human years. Free TV.
Good human. There's a world of creativity.
I'm gonna get the remaining stars, so sit tight.
Hey man, this is yours.
Got some more stars. Let's examine the oil drum now. I'm pretty sure that'll be the analysis.
Stony Promenade is my ticket to the top floor. I'm not gonna let some bootlegger try to ruin it for me. Nobody to say
Chess Queen.
last word for the bleeding black.
Check out all this Promethean stuff from the oil drum at Plaza Mayor. This means that whoever threatened us really did try to burn evidence. So this chess piece might be an important clue. And I bet Lars can help us figure out what this chess piece means. Let's send it to him, quick.
Just endorphin sincerity. But no, sounded more like a full-blown symphony to me.
Well, I'm afraid you see that this is the last of the mystery.
24 hours, alright?
Brett, why did you say something?
And I'll see you guys for when this thing runs its course.
Can't you?
Alright folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the chess queen from Lars. Dude, thanks for sending me this queen chess piece you found at Plaza Mayor. I'm totally into chess. Fun fact, it's thanks to Queen Isabella I of Spain that the queen piece is able to move any number of squares in all directions, while the king piece can only move one square at a time. It's because Isabella was more powerful than her husband, King Ferdinand. Lars, we don't have time. We know it's a chess piece. What else can you tell us? Right, sorry, Matthew. While I did find traces of sangria on it, then that means the Promethean who tried to get rid of it is definitely Jacqueline's killer. Matthew's right. And I don't know if it helps, but when I was jamming in Park Güell, I noticed people playing chess there. That's the perfect lead. Let's go back to Park Güell to catch our chess-playing killer, Matthew.
Thanks up with the little girl. Seems my understanding he actually kicked her out of the house 58 years ago.
I'll check my records and let you know.
Sister, would you have a few minutes now?
I'm sure the Mother Superior knows how to find you. Very nice to have met you, Mr. Carter. You'll be hearing from me.
Okay.
You know, the last time I saw Nellie, she was trying to organize a rafting excursion down the Snake River in Idaho.
Oh, dear.
Okay, let's see here.
You can open the canopies without cutting a finger. I hope she survives.
Oh, yes, she even sent me photos from her hospital bed. Nothing serious.
Just a broken ankle. You treat it like a minor.
Fix his bag.
Excuse me, Sarah. I think you got this.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Oh, isn't that beautiful crucifix? That's a Celtic cross, isn't it? You must come from an Irish family.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I suppose so. I don't really remember them very well. Will that be all, Mother Superior?
Yes, dear. Thank you, Sarah.
This is a nightmare, Matthew. We're no closer to finding out who killed Jacqueline or locating the bomb detonator. Tell me you found some clues. You're right. This bag has Proust's name on it. We need to look through it ASAP. You also found a tablet? Wait, there's a message on it. It reads, "For the Bureau." This could be somebody trying to help us, Matthew, or somebody trying to throw us off the scent. Only one way to find out, but it's locked. Let's crack it open. I'll get the first star at least. Alright, got the first star. Let's examine the victim's
You'd be
bag.
surprised how many people get us confused. Oh, absolutely.
It's amazing. It's hard to fathom, isn't it, Mrs. Fletcher?
A relic. Whoa, check out this gold thingy you found in Jacqueline's bag, Matthew. An is that a bone inside? Creepy. Why the heck would Jacqueline have been carrying around a bone?
And I was right there.
You're right, it doesn't look recent. These Latin inscriptions should tell us something about its origin, but we can hardly ask Dupont to decipher them now he's a suspect.
Just 15 years ago.
You think Marina could tell us more about it? Well, her beauty and brains always come through for us in an emergency. Let's send this bone to her stat.
How would he know?
Well, who knows?
Still, I do know this. He does not have anything solid on me yet, or my spies would have told me. Still, if he thinks I am going to stay around here and watch my entire
24 hours.
Then he has a hell of a surprise coming.
Albert, wait, where are you going? What are you going to do?
Lock tablet. Ah. Archibald Gilchrist sent that. What does it say on that tablet with a message for the Bureau, which we found in Park Güell, Matthew? The message reads, "I need your help. They're after me. I don't want to die." And it's signed by Gilchrist. Oh, give me a break, Matthew. What could that pompous idiot have gotten himself into this time? Okay, we'll go find Gilchrist.
From the Hallmark Hall of Fame collection.
Throw coins into the fountain, and then for
About a distress message for the Bureau?
their true love.
They shared a dream.
Thank goodness you're here, Ranger Matthew. You saw my message? I'm in dire need of help.
Now they can make it.
What is it now, Gilchrist? We're trying to find a killer and bring down a terrorist organization, so this better be good. I've been foolish. It's these Promethean chaps, you see. They just won't leave me alone. I thought it'd be an easy investment, but it's turning into a jolly nightmare. It's even more of a nightmare than when I had to learn Aramaic for a business venture. They keep pushing me for more money. I confided my concerns to Proust over a game of chess and a pitcher of sangria, and look what happened to her. I need round-the-clock police protection. Wait, how did you end up discussing that with Proust? Are you a Promethean? What a preposterous question. We'll be keeping an eye on you, Archibald, and not just for your own protection. He's in the running now.
Pentian Expert gives you the most beautiful hair ever. With our strongest movie formula.
Alright, I'll let the relic run its course. See you for that. Alright folks, we're back. I'm going to speed up this the results for the relic. I know you must be worried about me chasing after bombs and everything, Marina, but save your displays of affection. We need answers. The only thing that worries me are your delusions, Archer. As for the bone you found in Jacqueline's bag, it's fascinating. I studied the Latin inscriptions and discovered it's a relic from the 14th century. Whoa, so that dude has been dead for ages. The individual was not a dude. The bone allegedly belonged to Catherine of Siena. She was a renowned theologian, and she's now one of Italy's patron saints. What's most interesting, however, is the story surrounding the bone. Considered a relic of utmost importance by the Catholic Church, the bone is reportedly cursed. And whoever removes it from its place of rest will die. And I'm guessing that place of rest wasn't Park Güell? Precisely. The relic is usually housed in a church owned by a certain Cardinal Salieri, who I'm sure Matthew remembers meeting in Italy. I bet he wouldn't have looked kindly on Jacqueline stealing the relic. Let's go see if this cardinal has committed any mortal sins recently. I also currently have a couple of 10 of spades in my inventory, because I'm already at the maximum amount of cards. So let's grill Cardinal Salieri about the relic. Cardinal Salieri, can you tell us what your relic was doing in Jacqueline Proust's bag? Ah, see. Proust recently came to my church to confess her sins. I realized afterwards that the sacred relic was gone. She'd stolen it. I wouldn't put it past Jacqueline to steal something, but do you expect us to believe it's coincidence she was murdered after taking something from your church? I told you last time we met, Ranger Matthew, I am a man of God. I do not give in to anger. If Proust is dead, it is because the curse has come true. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a game of chess to attend. Don't go far, Salieri. Ranger Matthew will have more questions for you later. This is impossible, Matthew. Most of our suspects have some kind of connection to the Prometheans, but none has admitted to murdering Jacqueline. We've got Princess Sophia in custody. We know she hated Proust, but is that enough to have killed her? And Gilchrist claims his involvement in the Prometheans has got out of hand, and now he needs police protection. I sense he's not telling us the whole truth about his role in the Prometheans, though, but would he have committed murder for them? Matthew, this is a disaster. You need to take a look at the TV. I can confirm that the upcoming referendum, which will ask citizens to vote on whether Europe should be united under one central government, has been brought forward to tomorrow. Say what? Okay, I'm going to open up that sticker pack after I finish out the case. But for now, this is Matthew, and thanks for watching Chapter 2. See you guys for Chapter 3. Alright folks, it is Matthew, we're back. Let's start Chapter 3 of The Impossible Dream, World Edition, Case 6. This is impossible, Matthew. Most of our suspects have some kind of connection to the Prometheans, but none has admitted to murdering Jacqueline. Matthew, this is a disaster. You need to take a look at the TV. I can confirm that the upcoming referendum, which will ask citizens to vote on whether Europe should be united under one central government, has been brought forward to tomorrow. This is terrible news, Matthew. We know that the Prometheans want to create a climate of fear in order to get a yes vote in the referendum. And if the referendum's held tomorrow, then the Prometheans will have no choice. They'll have to carry out their attack today. There will be carnage if bombs go off all over Europe. We have to stop them, Matthew. Right, and we still need to find out which of the Prometheans murdered Proust. And as your suspects seem to be here for the carnival, I recommend you go back to the carnival hub at Plaza Mayor ASAP to see if you've missed anything. There's also a certain Cardinal Salieri here. He says he wants to talk to you, Matthew. Oh, come on, Matthew. You don't seriously want to waste time talking to Salieri when we could be looking for clues. Well, it's your call, but decide quickly. There's not a second to lose. Let's ask Cardinal what he wants first. Cut to the chase, Salieri. We've got a European-wide bomb plot on our hands. Why are you here? Just have a glass of sangria while I watch your investigation fail miserably, Senor Archer. How naive you were to think it could stop us. Why waste time investigating the murder of a traitorous soul like Proust, when soon even the Bureau will be under Promethean control? Wait, us? Don't tell us you're a Promethean too. You're supposed to be a man of faith. This is God's wish for Europe, Matthew. We, the elite, will take our rightful place as rulers over the continent's lesser souls. You're insane, Salieri. Matthew will never allow the Prometheans to come to power. We're taking you into custody. And I do have the Dalmatian still on. I'm going to go with that for this whole crime scene. Just to make sure I stay above the threshold. But I'm pretty much long gone from that, unlike Ace is, because he's already at 19,000. No disrespect to him, but... and still, 19,000 is good. No doubt about it. But I remember at one point he was at 60,000. Really, I am not trying to speak negatively of Ace. I think he's a good player. No doubt about it. I think he's a nice guy, too. Tell me what you found, quick. The Prometheans could launch their bomb attack at any moment. A picnic camper? There's no time for a picnic, Matthew. Oh, you think there's something hidden inside? Get looking through it then. You also picked up some torn paper? Well, it's useless until you put it back together. Let's do everything now. Postcard. Park Güell. Quick, what did you find in that picnic camper you picked up at Plaza Mayor, Matthew? A postcard? You're right, that's Park Gwell on the front, and the message is addressed to our victim. The postcard reads, "Meet me at 7 p.m. in Park Gwell, come alone," and it's signed by Papadakis. So Papadakis met up with Jacqueline just before she was killed. I was thinking the same, Matthew. The Promethean disguises worked brilliantly last time we spoke to Papadakis. Let's try it again. About her meeting with the victim. Here we go again, Matthew. Let's put my master of disguise skills into action once more and go talk to Papadakis. Hello again, fellow Promethean. Say, you wouldn't happen to have lost a postcard at Plaza Mayor, would you? Only we found this while taking a stroll to contemplate our imminent takeover of Europe. Haha, oh yes, that postcard was a stroke of genius. Would you like to hear all about it? You see, I had a key role in getting rid of that traitor. By traitor, you mean Proust, of course. I was chosen by our dear leader to lead her to her death. I invited her to play chess at Park Gwell, pretending I wanted to reconcile. So when she arrived, our dear leader was there to put an end to her miserable existence. Right. Can you remind me again, what's our dear leader's name? What do you mean, what's their name? Who are you? You're not Prometheans. This is Ranger Matthew, and you're under arrest for being an accessory to murder. Ha ha ha. Torn paper. Whoa, that photo you found at Plaza Mayor shows the Prometheans. How can we tell who's who, though? They've all got their hoods on. This is useless, Matthew. You're right, Marina always comes through for us. Let's send her the photo now. Okay, this is 18 hours. And I'll probably get the results after work tomorrow. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, we're back. I'm in the impossible dream now. Let's get back to and find out the results of the photograph. Quick, Marina, can you identify the Prometheans in the photo Matthew found at Plaza Mayor? Yes, the individual with the clasped hands is clearly of a religious nature and must therefore be Cardinal Salieri. The outstretched hand of the person on the far left, meanwhile, indicates royal heritage, and their feminine eyes and figure prove it is consequently Princess Sophia. I'm a bit stumped about the individual in the middle, though. The way they're bowing to kiss Sophia's hand implies they're a stickler for tradition and culture, and their protruding stomach and posture suggests a slightly overweight gentleman in his 60s. No, wait, it can't be. This Promethean, it's Armand Dupont. What the heck? Dupont is a Promethean? How dare he betray the Bureau? I'm gonna... Anger is not an attractive quality, Archer. If I may, Matthew, I like to interrogate Dupont with you. I enjoy the chance to make him sweat a little. Let's go.
Most locations relatively dry. We're watching some clouds.
Oh no. About his involvement in the... About his involvement? Hello, Armand. Tell me, were you bullied as a child? Well, children can be cruel at times. Why do you ask, Mademoiselle Marina? It explains why you reach the top of your field, Armand. Children who are bullied are often motivated to overachieve and seek power in their later years. Power like the Prometheans could offer, perhaps? What are you implying? Matthew found a photo of you dressed up as a Promethean, Armand. It is not what it seems, Matthew. Jacqueline and I were working together, trying to destroy the Prometheans from the inside. I managed to infiltrate the organization over a game of chess. I had a glass of sangria to give me some Dutch confidence. But the Prometheans are so impressed by my fluency in Aramaic, they let me straight in. I'm not convinced you do that without informing the Bureau first, Armand. We hope you had nothing to do with Jacqueline's death, but Matthew has no choice but to take you into custody.
Best chance will be windward locations. Slow cool down, and for your Friday, Aloha Friday looking good, 86 degrees. Winds are going to be a little bit lighter, 10 to 15.
We need new leads, Matthew. We've got 4 people in custody, but no idea where the bomb detonator is. Papadakis obviously played a part in the murder, but she claimed the Promethean leader actually killed Jacqueline. We also know DuPont joined the cult, but do we buy his story about trying to bring them down from the inside? Matthew, I just had word that the carnival procession is headed towards your crime scene. You need to get back to the crime scene immediately before any final clues are lost in the crowds.
He had other plans. That story in tonight's Hawaii MVP. But first up next, the next time you play a game, you might want a robot on your team. How artificial intelligence is dominating foosball.
He's Gladiator versus Gladiator. How far will these friendlies go to get their into the lighthouse?
You just change to the Dalmatian.
We're going to do this by no more horsing around, no monkeying around. All kidding aside, it's Aloha Kia's 19th anniversary sale.
I'm making us the fastest growing car dealership in Hawaii.
Drop 2016
All right.
for $138 a month. That 2016 Kia Sorento for $188 a month. And test drive the new 2017 Kia Sportage. Go to AlohaKia.com. See all of our savings. See you in the Kia.
Hawaii small businesses work hard for their customers.
I love Madrid, Yellow Bucket,
It's household goods.
Pig.
Retailers. Choice Bread Bakery. Artisan baked goods for the Wahoos community. Teddy Davis's RevTech Speed and Tuning provides quality bike servicing. Local businesses work hard to deliver value to their customers. Support Hawaii small businesses, the foundation of our economy. As Small Business Lender of the Year, CPB works harder to help you reach your goals. It's another way.
Come on, what did you find at the crime scene, Matthew? Do I need to remind you that there's not just a killer on the loose, but thousands of lives in danger? This lighter has a bull on it. This can't be a coincidence. I bet our killer used this to light the fire under the bronze bull. There's a golden substance on the liquor, on the lighter. Collect a sample then, quick. And what's this golden chalice doing out here in the middle of nowhere? Well spotted. There's a dark powder on it. Let's vacuum it up. Stat.
Central Pacific Bank works for you.
The 5th annual Big Island Jazz and Blues Festival
I'm gonna do it now.
at the Mauna Kea Beach Hotel, featuring from the Saturday Night Live band Steve Duray, Big Chief of Mardi Gras, Donald Harrison, Psycho by Corey Liddell, from Chicago, Blues Hall of Fame legend Judy DeLay, Tower of Power's Norbert Satchel, and Skip Martin from Cool the Gang.
Did it? Black powder. Great, you collected a sample of that dark powder from the golden chalice you found at the crime scene. Let's get it to Lars, pronto.
Found something? You should have called Environ Control.
Okay, 30 hours.
Many more you don't. Environ Control has the solution to take back your home. Click or call to schedule a free estimate today. Sinaloa Tortillas, proud sponsor of KITV4's live streaming.
Welcome back. The Florida man's one-time mugshot is earning him some celeb status on social media. And it's man versus machine. Jeremy Ruff has more.
You collected a sample of that golden substance from the killer's lighter. We need to send it to Lars now.
Is talking about this crime. Kevin Gibson was picked up in Miami on drug charges last week, and his arrest photo has already gone
18
viral,
hours.
thanks to his stylish half-beard.
Alright, I'll see you guys for when these two run their courses. Alright folks, we're back. Let's clear up and put some killer behind bars. And this one. We're on the home stretch, dude. Quick, what can you tell us about that dark powder from the chalice we found at the crime scene? The substance is dried queimada. It's a drink containing wine, herbs, coffee beans. Lars, we're on the clock here. Sorry, Matthew. In short, queimada is a ceremonial beverage, thought to give the drinker special powers. And we know the Prometheans are all about ceremony, so the killer must have drank from this chalice before the murder. And it gets better. I found some tiny hairs in the dried liquid. I didn't have time to do a DNA profile, but the hairs were so short and coarse that they could have only come from a mustache. So our killer has a mustache. Well, things are about to get hairy for them. Sorry, Matthew, I know, of course you don't have time for jokes. And golden substance. Lars, you've been waiting for your results for hours. Please tell us you identified the substance Matthew collected from the killer's lighter. You're in luck, Matthew. I know exactly what this substance is. It's a nightmare getting it off the walls. Quit being cryptic, bro. Tell us what it is. The substance is adhesive glitter used for arts and crafts. Angela and I use it all the time with the girls. But more specifically, it's a type of glitter glue used to decorate masks. The kind everyone in Spain is wearing for the Semana Santa Carnival. So we're looking for a killer wearing a mask. They might be hiding their face, but they won't be able to hide from Matthew for much longer. Well, Matthew, we're no closer to finding the detonator, but you collected all the evidence we need to arrest Jacqueline Proust's killer, and a little disguise might help us finish the job. Let's do it. It is not Armand Dupont. It is Archibald Gilchrist. Good evening, dear leader. How preposterous! How dare you call me by my Promethean name when I'm not in costume? My sincerest apologies. I was just so in awe thinking about the brilliance of your plan to murder Proust that I forgot my manners. I was wondering if you could tell the story again. It's such a great one. Why, of course, young recruit. First of all, I had Papadakis lure Proust to Park Güell with a postcard. How ingenious. Then I ambushed her and dragged her out to the countryside. I branded her with the word traitor in Aramaic as a warning to anyone else who might consider betraying me. As if the fact I had Prince Albert and the Greek finance minister killed wasn't enough to make people fear me, those fools should have never stood in the Promethean's way. Anyway, I digress. Then I took my lighter and lit a fire under the bronze bull. It was just as magnificent as I'd hoped. But the finishing touch was playing the victim in front of those bureau fools. Ranger Matthew never suspected it was me who killed Proust. I wouldn't be so sure, Gilchrist. You're under arrest for the murder of Jacqueline Proust. How is this possible? Mr. Gilchrist, you stand accused of murdering Jacqueline Proust by roasting her to death? And you're also involved in a European-wide bomb plot? You've been busy, Mr. Gilchrist. Tell her to find the detonator and I'll be lenient in my sentencing. Never, Your Honor. I acted to rid the Prometheans of the traitor within our midst, and now Europe will be ours. You'll never find the detonator. In that case, the International Court hereby sentences you to life in prison for refusing to cooperate and endangering the lives of thousands. Oh, and for killing that Proust woman. All rise. Ignorant fools, you think this is the end, but this is just the beginning. You'll never stop us. Matthew, now that Gilchrist is safe behind bars, I'm going to set up teams to track down all the Prometheans across Europe. Your work isn't done, though. You still need to find that bomb detonator before the remaining Prometheans can launch their attack ahead of the referendum or European unification. And we haven't got to the bottom of DuPont's involvement in the Prometheans. You need to find out if we can trust him. You'll have your work cut out for you, Matthew, but I have faith that you can do it. Take a look at the other one. Sophia Girona, cleared from the start. Oracle Papadakis, no mustache. Cardinal Salieri cleared from the start. Armand Dupont, no mask. It was Archibald Gilchrist. I'll see you guys for Europe in Crisis 6. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Europe in Crisis 6 in Elite Mode. Good job, Matthew. You successfully put Archibald Gilchrist behind bars. But we can't rest until we're sure the detonator Gilchrist was planning to use to set off bombs all over Europe won't fall into the wrong hands. Gilchrist won't tell us anything though, so what do we do now? If I may interrupt, Matthew, I'd like to help. I don't know much about the Prometheans' plan, but I'm happy to tell you the little I do know. You better wait in the interrogation room then, Dupont. Matthew will be with you shortly. I've also been thinking, Matthew, in case you don't find the detonator, the next best option is to try and cancel the referendum. If there's no referendum, the Prometheans have no reason to launch their bomb attack. And anyway, this whole thing never really sat right with me. But you have to be careful who you talk to. We know there are Prometheans in high places and they might intensify their efforts if they realize what we're trying to do. Well, we do know one person who must be in contact with tons of influential people. Princess Sophia. I'm dying to try out my charm on royalty. Let's go talk to her, Matthew. I want to start by saying sorry, Matthew. It was irresponsible to infiltrate the Prometheans. I hope you can forgive me. That depends on whether you prove you're trustworthy. We need you to help us stop this bomb plot. Evidemment, Monsieur Archer. Of course, Gilchrist didn't give me or the other Prometheans any details about the detonator. What? That's completely useless. However, I do remember him saying, when all else fails, turn to Guel. I didn't pay it much attention at the time. I thought it was just a madman's ramblings. But now I wonder if it was a clue about how to complete the plan if he got arrested. Turn to Guel? He must have meant Park Guel, Matthew. If he left the detonator there for his followers to find, we need to retrieve it stat. I'm already busy with this referendum though. Can you go with Matthew instead, Dupont? Avec plaisir, Archer. And I'd like to contribute some of my savings to the investigation to say sorry. Now off to Park Guel. Faded note. Ugh. Vite, what did you find in Park Guel, Matthew? Some faded paper? Mais oui, that's the Promethean symbol. You must uncover the rest of the text, Matthew. Promethean quote. The note you found in Park Guel reads, "The wind will always blow you in the right direction." And there's a drawing of a windmill. This is useless, Matthew. Time is running out and all we found is a vague note about windmills. Who does Gilchrist think he is, Don Quixote? You're right, we must follow the clues we have. You say there are windmills at the crime scene? Well, en avant. Alright? Police say you have found a clue, Matthew. I fear that those bombs could go off at any moment. You picked up a cell phone? Must I remind you we're looking for a detonator which could set off bombs all across Europe? Oh, cell phones are commonly used as detonators? This newfangled technology baffles me. You had better unlock the phone then. I hear you're talented at that sort of thing. Still well above 110. I might as well think that I'm just going to stay up above. If I'm in 35,000, I'm pretty good for life. Mon Dieu, look at this list of European cities, Matthew. There's London, Paris, Berlin, and a detonate button next to each of them. This must be the detonator Gilchrist was going to use to set off bombs across Europe. But what do we do with it now? Good thinking. Young Mr. Elliot will know what to do with it. Let's send a cell phone to him, quickly. And please be careful not to touch any of the buttons, Matthew. Ask Sophia Girona for help. Hello, Sophia. You're looking gorgeous. Orange really is your color. Oh, I'm so glad to see you, Matthew. I'm in desperate need of help. Actually, we need your help, Sophia. I feel terrible, Ranger Matthew, as if I hadn't already brought shame on the royal family. I lost a Spanish crown when you arrested me. That crown has been in the family since the 1700s. Imagine when Papa finds out. You can help me, can't you, Matthew? Will you go to Plaza Mayor and find my crown? You're lucky we need your help, Sophia. Come on, Matthew, let's go to Plaza Mayor to look for Sophia's crown. Oh, I found it. In shambles, unfortunately. Ugh. Take it easy, folks. I haven't been in this crime scene for quite a while. Did you find anything at Plaza Mayor, Matthew? I can't believe we're running errands for a stuck-up princess when we've got a referendum to stop. Uh-oh. You think those broken pieces are Sophia's crown? Better put them back together, quick. Every intention to, Archer. Good job restoring that crown, Matthew. You're right, though. We better be 100% sure this crown is Sophia's. There's no time for mistakes. I'm sure Lars can check it's the real deal. Let's send the crown to him ASAP. "18 hours. Alright, I'll get the results tomorrow. For now, this is Matthew. See you then." Alright, back in the impossible dream. Let's do it right now. Unlock phone. Put a killer behind bars here. "Young Elliot, tell us you disarmed the detonator Matthew found at the crime scene." "Of course I did, old man. The Bureau didn't hire me for my wit. There was an iffy moment where I almost blew up London, but I managed to salvage it. None of those bombs will go off for now, Matthew." "Tremendous, Elliot. Perhaps the Bureau will give you some extra pocket money."
This is Joanne.
"Please, my parents already give me loads of money. Anyway, I actually almost had fun for once. Now excuse me, I need to go brag about saving Europe to my mates online. See ya."
For me, it's a leave.
All the best stuff happens in the dark. There's dancing and music in the dark. You're younger and better looking.
Spanish crown? "Matthew, you're just in time. I've got a joke for you. Knock, knock. Who's there?" "Eiffel?" I'm not sure Matthew is digging this, but Eiffel who? "I fell down and broke my crown." Get it? I fell down? Great one. "Sorry, Matthew, I know we got a referendum to stop and all. What did you find out about the crown, bro?" "I checked the DNA of the hair I found inside, and I can confirm that the crown belongs to Sophia." "There's no time to lose then, Matthew. Let's return the crown to Sophia."
Not even close. Reach for the orange. It's 100% Schmorange. Our vitamins contain no gluten, dairy,
Let's return the crown.
so we invented a word that means that. Schmorange. And it
"We found your crown at Plaza Mayor, Sophia, though I doubt you'll have much occasion to wear it in prison." "Thank you so much, Ranger Matthew. I would have disgraced myself even further if I'd lost such a family heirloom. So what can I do for you in return?" "We want to stop the referendum on European unification, and we figured maybe you could use your influence to help us." "Well, I suppose since I can't play at having all the power now that I'm stuck in prison, then nobody should be able to." "I'll make a few phone calls, Ranger Matthew. I'll have a meeting with the President of the European Commission organized for you by the end of the day. Now before you go, Matthew, I'd like to treat you to lunch in the prison canteen as thanks for returning my crown."
Research, price, find. Only cars.com helps you get the right car without all the drama. Atlantis.
Persuade the European Commissioner.
Amazing savings. Receive 50% off.
This is it, Matthew. I'm counting on you to convince the President of the European Commission to cancel the referendum on European unification. This might be the most important meeting you ever have. Europe's fate depends on you, Matthew. The President is waiting to talk to you in his office. Good afternoon, Matthew. I'm sure you'll understand I'm a busy man, so let's make this quick. We'll get straight to the point, sir. We don't believe Europe is ready to be united under one government. And why should I listen to you? Because we just thwarted a European-wide conspiracy linked to this referendum. If the Prometheans are prepared to blow up cities all over Europe to get a yes vote in the referendum and take control of the United States of Europe, can you imagine what lengths of other organizations might go to once unification is implemented? We had heard chatter about the Prometheans, but I had no idea the problem was so extreme. You have a solid argument, but I cannot waltz in and call off a referendum just like that. I'll make some calls and see what I can do. In the meantime, as a sign of the European office's gratitude to the Bureau, I'd like to offer you this, Ranger Matthew. Matthew, you found the bomb detonator and managed to get the referendum postponed. The Bureau is immensely proud of you. Yeah, congrats, Matthew. Even I have to admit you were pretty awesome. Now, who's up for drinks? I hear Park Royal is lovely at this time of day. Cheers, Matthew, and here's to many more investigations together. Matthew, I want to thank you again for trusting me. Infiltrating the Prometheans was a foolish old man's bid for adventure. It won't happen again. I've just heard you kicked Promethean butt, Matthew. As eloquent as ever, Carmen. Anyway, you're a real asset to the Bureau, Matthew. In fact, you're one of the best detectives we've ever had. Let's toast to... Oh my God, Chief!
How's Frank? He'll be okay.
Uh-oh.
He's on suicide.
Chief? Chief?
Too bad he's not in the morgue. It's not their fault.
It worked.
Ingrid, call an ambulance. We need to get the Chief to the hospital ASAP.
Somebody's lying.
And we need to scout out the park. Whoever did this might... Carmen, pull yourself together. They could be anywhere by now. We need to listen to Matthew. They'll know what to do. You're right, Matthew. We can't do anything to help the Chief right now. She'll be in good hands at the hospital.
I'm telling you that Frank Sullivan...
And good thinking. The dart. We need to find her to get a lead on whoever shot the Chief. It must have fallen down somewhere. Let's search the park. Stat.
This case with the new set.
We went over every detail. Nobody broke into that house and doused it with accelerant.
There is one witness we haven't questioned.
Who?
The house. Everybody says when it comes to fire, you're the best independent investigator in the business.
They would be right. I spent 20 years helping corporations defend against lawsuits, where anything from cars to nuclear reactors. So lucky that one day I woke up, had a change of heart, and
Sounds
Cactus.
like you're my dream man. I gotta go
Megaphone.
look at arson double homicide. I think he's innocent.
I thought you said you were a prosecutor.
I am.
Guess we both have a change of heart.
The reason I need an expert is the fire marshal refuses to take a second look. To him, it's an open and shut case. Dad did it.
Just don't get me started. It takes a long 40-hour class to become a fire marshal. I spent 7 years getting my PhD. I did
All
my
right.
dissertation in the physics of combustion.
Good thing I didn't get you started.
Damn it. There was a case just like this in Texas. Got an innocent man.
You think the dart fell into that ice chest when the Chief fell down? Fell down, Matthew? Quick, let's look through it.
Kirk's whole case is half-assed.
Give me an example.
Okay? He cites the presence of crazed glass as proof that an accelerant is used. Says only an accelerant that started fire can cause glass to heat enough to cause fireworks.
Okay.
Not science. It's an old wives' tale.
16.
How does glass like that break?
You found the dart which the Chief was shot with. We've got to send it to Lars now.
Glass.
12 hours. But I'm going to speed it up.
So is his entire investigation...
Quick, Lars, what did you find out about the dart which the Chief was shot with?
To see samples.
Man, I can't believe this is happening. I really hope the Chief's going to pull through. I know you don't know her that well, Matthew, but Ripley really is the backbone of the Bureau. She always has our backs.
Walk us through exactly...
But right now, we need to focus on finding whoever shot her. So come on, Lars, what do you know about the dart?
Frank,
Well, the tip of the dart was imbued with fast-acting poison, which means it doesn't look good for the Chief. And I also found that the feather fletching was colored with vegetable dye, more specifically with poppy flower dye. The type of poppy flower used is called the Papaver atlanticum, otherwise known as the Moroccan poppy. As you might have guessed, it's native to Morocco in North Africa, but I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. Now we know the dart was made in Morocco. That's more than enough, bro. Come on, Matthew, we need to go tell Ingrid. She might have news about the Chief.
Check this out. You see these spots?
I've just heard from the hospital, Matthew. The Chief, she didn't make it.
are you saying...
You can't really mean that, Ingrid. The Chief can't really be dead.
Started in
But what are we going to do without her, Matthew? I mean, Ripley accompanied me out on my first trip into the field with the Bureau. She's always been there for me. And we'd only just found the lead we needed. Lars told us that the dart came from Morocco. And now the chief's dead. It's more important than ever that you follow that lead, Matthew, because now we're looking for a killer. There's no time to lose. We're taking the next flight to Morocco.
You would have been so afraid. Then what happened? So I ran to the front door to get some help.
Another sticker pack.
Open the door. The fire in the
Some more sticker packs.
starving for oxygen, sucks in air from the outside. When it hits the fire, it breaks through the bedroom door, racing down the hallway, jumping down the stairs and out the front door, leaving these whorehounds in its way.
Got me an additional 20 energy.
This theory is plausible, so is current.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
6 to open. Alright. I wonder what I could do with those recyclable stickers. Or 5 new ones.
When I call, you answer. When I tell you to do something, you do it.
Even if it means sending an innocent man to jail for the rest of his life.
Innocent. He lied to you about being out of work. He forgot to mention that he tortured
5 new stickers.
He even attempted suicide. With you there to call for help. Joe, he's snowing you.
Jack, when I first came to the DA's office, you told me to stop thinking like a cop. Because probable cause wasn't good enough in court. You needed proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Aren't my doubts reasonable?
The fire marshal doesn't think so.
Texas theory is equal.
5 new ones.
So let the jury decide. That's what they're for. Go to trial, Joe.
Alright, that will do. See you guys later.
Jack,